Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-May 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight into the bridge and gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the effort person. So if you feel it's a way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Queen of Staves. So this is actually an Aries energy here, but to me says that you had a lot of passion for this person. For some of you, this could have even been pointing back to Aries season. Maybe that was when initially you first started to feel those feelings. But yeah, at the very least, this looks like you definitely had a heavy interest in this person and probably a high physical attraction to them as well. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here. And this could just be saying that they saw some long-term potential and the connection with you. So I feel like this is saying that they actually wanted to build something stable between the two of you in the past. Right, in the present position on your side, we have illusion. So this is actually the equivalent of the moon in traditional tarot. So it could just be saying that maybe now you have a little bit of confusion as to whether or not you want to move forward in this connection or not. Could be pointing to the Scorpio eclipse that we just had recently, or possibly even that Taurus new moon that's coming up soon, because those could affect your placements in Leo, given that they're also fixed energies. But yeah, looks like this is saying that maybe now there's a little bit of confusion in your mind as to in the past it looked like you were a little bit more confident moving toward the connection. Alright, present energy on their side, we have the moon. So interestingly enough, you guys had the moon on your side, they also have it on their side. So it could just be saying that maybe you guys just aren't seeing the situation the same right now, right? And I could kind of see where that would be the case, right? Because in the past we see a wand energy versus pentacles. So maybe this is the realization you're coming to, right? Maybe you were going into it in the past thinking that it would be more of a light, casual connection, at least to start, right? Whereas this person early on might have already been thinking like of a long-term stable commitment. So maybe it's just one of those things where you're starting to second guess if you guys are on the same page, right? So that might be something you'd be open to down the line, but you might feel like this person is starting to get there a little bit too quickly, right? Because if we look at the artwork here, this has a romantic feel to it, like they're on some kind of romantic getaway. We see a puppy with them, right? So this person just might be planning ahead a little bit more than you're comfortable with at this time. Alright, future energy on your side, we have the Eight of Staves reversed. So this is a Sagittarius energy here, and to see this in reverse could just be saying that, yeah, I feel like you're just going to be slowing up the communication and this connection if you're communicating at all. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that something around their approach might have just been a bit off-putting to you. Like, I don't think that they were doing anything wrong per se, but like I said, it seems like you just might have had different visions for the connection, and you might have felt like this person was moving a little bit more quickly than you would have liked. Alright, future energy on their side, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, to me this says that if you do actually stop with the communication, that will cause them to withdraw a little bit and try to figure out what exactly might have caused that situation to break apart in the way it did. I will say it does seem like at least there's the potential for it to be a bit sudden. So I can see why they might be a bit confused by that, right? If in the beginning it looked like you were passionate toward the connection. So it could just be one of those things where maybe it's not clearly communicated, and then that sends them to go inward and figure out what exactly is going on. Interestingly enough, for some of you, this could be one of those things where you might have met kind of recently where basically still wrapping up a Mercury retrograde energy eclipse season, right? So maybe you guys thought that you were going to hit off with this person, and then maybe as those energies were progressing, you started to notice that, oh, maybe we're not quite on the same page the way you would have thought. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups usually is an energy of walking away to find something more fulfilling. So yeah, this is a bit interesting as far as, like I said, it looks like this person might have been the one who was looking for something more serious, but then this energy you'll tend to see with someone who also was looking for something serious and walked away because they felt like they weren't going to get it in the situation they were in. But what's always interesting with this artwork too is, to me, it always stands out to where it looks like it could go either way, right? Like we tend to think of this as the person getting up to walk away, but other times I view this as this might actually be the person already went through that cycle of walking away, and now they might be coming back. So some of you could just be one of those things where, like I said, maybe all the retrograde and eclipse energy has you feeling a little bit less optimistic toward a connection, but as those energies clear, you might reconsider down the line. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is an energy of balance. It's a Taurus energy, but this could just be pointing to the way they might approach things, right? So maybe that was part of it too, where if you were the one initially putting an effort toward the connection, they were reciprocating, right? So I feel like this is saying that if you withdraw your effort, like we see with the Eight of Staves in reverse, this person's focused on balance to where they would say, oh, okay, well, I guess they're not communicating, so I'll withdraw as well, you know. And interestingly enough, as I'm saying that, I also see the Libra energy beneath this, which is the Justice card. So could just be saying that that's their approach, and I wonder for some of you if that's maybe even what was a bit of a turnoff for you was that, you know, maybe you were fine taking the lead initially, but you might actually want to feel like it's more of a reciprocal thing as opposed to you always having to be the one who takes the lead. At least that's a possibility. But let's see what the oracle cards add to the mix. First, let's see what we get from the Moonlight deck here. I'm going to be looking for unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you. Oop, got one there. Oop, wrong side. There we go. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, got one on their side. Okay, so first let's see what came up on their side. Okay, we have karma. There we go. It says my life is falling apart and I'm struggling. Interesting message there, because I mean I don't really see too heavy of an energy as far as that goes. And I always found that this message seemed a little overly dramatic as is, but I will say maybe for some of you this is just pointing to. I did mention that for some of you this could be pointing to the eclipse that we had recently. So for some of you it could just be maybe you are going through something that's not necessarily directly related to this connection that's causing you to withdraw, but because I mean it does seem a little weird how all of a sudden it seems like things seem to split in the present. But we'll see what we got on their side. Okay, we have a letter. It says, I will be, see if we can get this one to focus. There we go. It says, I will be writing you a message. So, interestingly enough, because I feel like this could just be pointing to, like I was saying, it looks like there's some level of separation to where it looks like you're not really going to be communicating as much in the future. And I mentioned that High Priestess energy. It seems like it's going to really cause them to go inward and really try to reevaluate like what exactly took place to cause that split. So for some, you could just be as simple as that, right? Maybe after some time passes, they might reapproach and ask, hey, you know, what exactly happened there? You know, something along those lines. Well, let's see what we get from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Here we're just going to pull one card to wrap the reading up with. Oh, already got one. Okay, so let's see what you got. Okay, we have Go the Distance. There's the artwork, and the number is 47. So yeah, seeing that's interesting, right? Because like I said, it looks like you're stopping. So, like I said, for some of you, it could genuinely be because it's not directly related to the connection. You could just have something else going on that's causing you to step away from the connection, which would at least explain a little bit better why it just seems like such a sudden stop where the energies didn't seem bad between you. But for some of you, like I said, it could also just be like maybe you thought that their approach, they were getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Um, but maybe that time apart, like I said, it seems to cause them to go inward. So maybe if they do realize that about themselves as well in that time apart, this could just be saying that maybe you guys could actually pick up on better terms down the line. Let's see what the actual message says in the book. Okay, the relationship message says you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. And yeah, like I said, could be another indicator that maybe for some of you this is just as simple as old retrograde and eclipse energies coming up, causing some confusion, right, and making you guys think that you're not on the same page. But maybe down the line you'll feel like the connection's a bit more harmonious. So whatever is any of you guys are up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.